Welcome everyone to the Real Whovians cast. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Ben. What's up, Ben?
Hello.
What's up, Scott?
Hello all.
What's up, Suzy?
Hi.
All right, so it looks like, of course, the Bradley Walsh is going to be the companion, but it looks like there's going to be chaos because we're hearing rumblings that, and again, this is rumor still, that Dr. Series, rumor. I heard a rumor! No, anyway, the rumor is that it's going to be coming out in November. And that's really bad news because that means it's going to leak into the 2019 season, which means we are not going to have Series 12 in 2019. Again, one more time, the bad news. And again,
Rumor.
come on. We this is a rumor, but I'm going to tell you right now. If they release the series in November, there won't be a Christmas special.
No.
It'll be out the window, and there won't be Series 12 in 2019 at all. They don't do that. So they're going to split it like Moffat did that time, and we're going to get screwed out of another season if this rumor takes place.
Yeah.
And again, this could be the thing where we heard that Chibnall was going to take off while he'll do a season and then take off.
Which is the wrong thing to do. You've said this umpteen dozen times. You don't. Granted, I can understand if they've been on for maybe 2 seasons, and then it's like, okay, we'll take a break. No, this is his first season. He needs to stay constant. He needs to stay current. And by going, oh, 1 season's down, and with the number of episodes now, it's not like the States where you've got like 20-something episodes to where, okay, we're waiting for sweeps. No, this is like 3 episodes here, 4 episodes here, and then the rest afterwards. No,
again, we're getting cheated. I got to tell you right now, if this rumor happens, we're getting screwed. We're getting a screw job. We're getting cheated. And I'm going to tell you right now, all the Whovians out there need to speak up finally because this is getting out of hand. I'm telling you, if it releases, if it's true, if they release it in November, one more time, you will not have a season in 2019. This whole bullshit about extending the commission of Doctor Who past 2021 to 2023 is bullshit because the only thing that they're extending is the years because the freaking seasons are not ready. So we're going to have less Who. It's going to last longer, but nobody's going to stick around as much as we are.
They're shooting themselves in the foot.
You cannot do this. You have to put Doctor Who out every year. This is going to get ridiculous again. We're waiting 16 months for Doctor Who, and then you're going to like make us skip a whole entire year again. This is how people get out of work, okay? You can't do that. There are websites devoted to Doctor Who news. You're going to put them out of business.
Now, granted, I'm going to be the devil's advocate. Granted. Now, if during that hiatus they do tiny little snippet things, fine. But I doubt they're going to do that.
Even that's ridiculous. Even that's.
That's going to make people get up and walk out.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, I'm 99% positive if it comes out in November, we will not have a season the following year.
No.
It's going to leak right into, there's no way it's ever happened, as much as we wanted it to, where it's going to split into it, and then you're going to have another season at the end of the year. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. So I don't know what's happening, but this better not happen. This better not happen that it's coming out in November, because then we're screwed. with Doctor Who. They screwed us royally. So, again, this is a rumor, but I don't want to get screwed here. So, we've had enough. Doctor Who cannot take another split season.
No, we can't.
The fan base is shattered. The fan base is shattered. People are on edge against each other. Now people are against an older companion that were for the female doctor. Now they're against the older companion, and we're going to have people lose their shit if it comes out in November. Mark my words. Mark my words. It's going to be the end as we know it. I'm not trying to scare people. But let me tell you something. How many times are you going to screw us out of a season before something happens to the show that it gets canceled? How many fucking times are you going to go to the well with that shit? How many times are you going to go to the well with that shit? Stop fucking splitting the season.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a rumor. But I got to tell you,
it's a rumor.
It's gaining traction. It's gaining traction.
It's snowballing.
I would love to be on vacation too, but you got a friggin' job you got to do as showrunner. You have 5 years, dude. Get that shit going. How you doing? I'm pissed. As it is, we're going to be, for the next 10 months, going to be scrounging to try to have casts, right? Because they're not going to give us any news and everything. These sites
we're going to be hunting
posted
for just any amount of stuff, and when Chibnall keeps everything close to the vest, it's a wonder that we'll have anything.
I'm telling you, this is not good news. Not good. Speak out. Write to the BBC. Say, don't release it in November because then it's going to be over. And what's with the Christmas special? Listen, how could you have a season start in November and then have a Christmas special in the middle of it? I mean, what are you going to do? Like the snowman that time?
Oh.
What the hell are you going to do? It's getting weird, man. Then we're hearing rumors of 3 companions. We're hearing rumors of a cat. We don't know if any of that crap is true. That could be all bull crap. In fact, Doctor Who could come in freaking August for all we know. But everybody's leaning to. Why would it take so long if he's filming in October? I don't get it.
Makes no sense.
I don't get it.
Well, not only that, he's keeping the locations very secret now.
Yeah.
So no one knows.
Yeah, but if nobody knows where it is, and no one's going to go out to see the filming, the interest is going to drop. There's not going to be fans looking for autographs, and we're going to have a problem. Because then people can get fed up and like, it's too tight-lipped, it's too much of a secret to go online and involve it. You want to make sure that you give something to the fans. Throw them some freaking bones or some crap. You can't just like be, blocking everything. You can't see nothing. That's ridiculous. They're running this crap. They don't give a crap. They just like, November. Come on, man. Moffat pulled that crap. You think we're stupid? You think we're stupid that we can't add, that you can only put 4 episodes out in November, unless they're doing it mid-November. Then it's even worse. Then you're definitely not having a Christmas special or a season in 2019. Come on.
That's crazy.
I'm tired of it. Everybody knows how to do a show, but these people, they don't know how to do shit. It takes too effing long, and they just can't get a friggin' system going. Can't. Russell T. Davies is able to do 3 friggin' shows with Doctor Who.
Yeah.
And it's fucking, and like, give me more and shit. And these people are like, they can't even handle 1.
Wait, does it have to be written by British? Really?
It should. You don't want us doing it.
Oh, well, we already know. We'd have it done and over with.
Yeah, but we don't. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't want to mess with that. It needs to stay where it belongs.
And I did a thing about how the '96 movie should have been done, or a possibility. And yes, it may have plot holes, but in the end, it sounded great.
You don't even have to worry about ratings. It's not going to be Doctor Who to be allowed to have ratings.
Yeah, and if they keep it on, Earth, it's going to really kill the show. And if they want to have it on Earth, then bring back Torchwood or do an update on Sarah Jane Adventure.
You know what?
Because the whole point of Doctor Who is that he traveled through time and space to different worlds.
Let them just do what they got to do then. I mean, you know what? There's nothing we can do about it.
People don't care about it. That's what
there's nothing we can do about it. We could cry and moan and whine. It's not going to do anything. They're going to do what they're going to do. They're going to take forever. They're going to put it out in November. They're going to screw up the whole damn thing. She's going to want time off. There's going to be a thing with that. He's going to want time off. There's going to be a thing with that. You have specials instead of a season. It's going to be a friggin' mess. A mess. He should have known.
Why they never, with Capaldi, they never did any animated stuff like they did with David Tennant. I mean, that to me, that they dropped the ball on that.
He should have been prepared as a showrunner to say, all right, we're going to film here to here. It has to come out in August or September.
Mm-hmm.
No later than September. Because when September, that's when they did the split. They did a few episodes and then boom. There's Sally.
Hello.
Happy belated birthday, Sally.
Thank you.
How you feeling?
Hi, Sally.
How you feeling, Sally?
I'm doing a little better.
Okay. Sally, you've been on the show for a while. I'm going to give you a scenario, a rumored scenario that's gaining traction as reality. I'm going to ask you a question. Sally, if they release Series 11 of Doctor Who in November, what's going to happen the following year?
The whole series? Not just half?
The whole series starting in November, probably mid-November.
You probably only get a Christmas special.
Right, next year, right?
That the following year.
You will not have 2 seasons in 19 because they're going to split it into 19. That's what I said. See? She knows. She knows. She's been there. They put September, the Angels of Manhattan, you know, the whole Series 7 first part, and then they split it into the next part. Come on, man. Common sense. You're not going to have a Christmas special if you're going to release it in November. What are you going to do? 1 episode and then some Christmas? You're not going to have a Christmas special. I think he's going to do away with the Christmas special. So that's it. That should be the topic of all the Doctor Who news tomorrow. How could there be a Christmas special if you start the season mid-November? Get on that story tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Common sense. Common sense.
Unless they bleed the episode into the Christmas adventure, that's the only way they're going to do it. But I don't think they're going to do it.
I bet you they don't even do Christmas. I bet you it's going to be such a weird thing. Social justice warrior. They're like, they don't even believe in Christmas. Not going to have anything for Christmas. Watch. I'm telling you, they're going to do away with all this stuff. No Christmas specials. No more. Watch. They have to give them notice ahead of time.
The thing we've said about the issue is that it'd be great to see something other than that. We want to keep the Christmas adventure, but it'd be kind of nice to change it up every now and then. We want to keep.
They have to give them notice next year. I bet you they didn't give them notice. I bet you they ain't gonna do it.
They don't have their crap together.
Oh hell no.
No, it is fucked up. This shit's screwed up. I'm sorry for cursing, but this shit's ridiculous. He's had how many years to do this shit?
He knew about.
They should be secretly filming now. They should be secretly filming now.
They have time. They should.
Yeah.
This shit. What is this?
I mean, you got what, 3 months that you're doing nothing when you could be filming or.
Why can't they release half the season in the summer and the other half in the winter then? Split it that way in the same year. In the same year. In fact, you know what you could do? You could release 3 episodes. And again, I want to clarify what I said about Easter. When I was talking about Easter, and I said, oh, they should have something in Easter, I never meant a special.
Yeah.
I was talking about episodes, 1, 2, 3, Easter time. Then you take a break. Then you put another 3. Then you put it, because let me tell you something right now. You need to grab us. So release, unless of course they can't do it because the episodes are too tightly knit that they have to be following each other. But I got to tell you right now, you need to release some episodes in Easter time, so that way we can get used to, we ride the wave of the popularity of the female Doctor before it fizzles out, because it's been 10 months that they saw her.
Even if 1 or 2 episodes have an Easter-esque feel to it, that would be good.
But no specials. Definitely, I meant episode 1, 2, episode 1 and 2, or maybe episode 1 could be 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a special, it's episode 1. You know? I mean, they're not even, do you notice how the Christmas special, Jordan asked me today, he said, do you know the Christmas special is going to be in theaters this year? And I'm like, I haven't heard anything about that. So, you know, is that done now with Moffat, that they're not going to put Doctor Who in the theaters for episodes? Maybe. It might be done. Chibnall might not want to waste his time shooting on special cameras, putting it a certain length so it could be in the theaters. You probably don't want to be bothered with that. All right. That's, again, it's just a rumor. But you know what? I have to vent. And I think every Whovian in the whole entire community will understand, because they know what's coming. They know it could come. Mm-hmm. That type of nonsense. And we've been there before. So it's I always plan for the worst. Maybe that's my problem. But you know what? I just don't like to be 10 months or even longer than that without Doctor Who. Sorry. Sorry.
See, it doesn't make sense to me, because right now, aren't they scheduled to start shooting series 11 in November?
October 27th.
Okay, so you got what, 10 months? Why can't you just take a month off and start shooting again for the next series?
I don't know. Maybe her contract. Maybe that contract they can't. I don't know why it's taking them so long compared to everybody else. Everybody else does it right. They don't do it right. I don't understand it. I don't get it.
Well, they're breaking tradition on the whole entire thing with Doctor Who. They're breaking tradition with the companion coming in. They're breaking tradition with the Doctor coming in.
Listen, if it comes in September, it's in jeopardy of splitting this. Okay? They've done that with you know.
And I know I'd be like a dead horse, but 24 learned their lesson a few seasons back, to where if they start the season here, then they stop. People lose interest. That's why they always started 24 after a while in January. That way they go the entire 24 hours.
Right.
And it includes, and pretty much when 1 or 2 of the episodes would fall into Sweeps Week, and then that way they didn't have to break and then wait and start for Sweeps Week or wait for something special. But that's what it feels like they're doing. It's just like, we'll do it this way, and then that way they have their version of Sweeps Week, and we'll...
Well, let me get your opinions, Ben. What's your opinion?
Yeah, they're going to have all that time between now and November. That's when it's going to be in. They better get their Indiana Jones on and find more lost episodes to fix up.
What's the point of no return, Ben? What point in time, if they say to you, like, let's just say they come out and say that we're releasing Doctor Who in September, is that the point of no return? That means they're going to split into next year or not?
I think so, because September, October is when a lot of new shows come. A lot of shows come back on the.
I mean, he did that with Series 7. So, yeah. That's what gets me worried, especially if it's November. That's even worse, because I don't see how they can have a Christmas special. But again, they could.
Unless they're totally a Christmas special at the same time somehow.
I don't think I think he's not going to do the Christmas specials anymore. I think he's done. I think that he's going to look at it and say, yeah, you know what? Some of them weren't really that great. It was just a thing to put a Christmas thing in. I'm not doing that. And he's the showrunner. He can decide that. But he's going to be breaking a huge tradition where all the families that come to watch Doctor Who, maybe it's not going to be family oriented.
Adventure to the New Year's, unless he moves the adventure up to a New Year's adventure, and that's what people start looking forward to where they think, Moffat had always had Christmas. It was always Christmas pegged. But Chibnall may come on, what would be the best way to really bring the fans in? What would be the real big oomph for people to start looking forward to? Yeah, the end of the year Christmas episode. Woohoo. Boy, we see that every year. But what if I decided to put one on the New Year? Always one on New Year's.
Well, Russell T. Davies did that. That's why it was the greatest thing. End of Time Part 1 and Time Part 2. Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah.
I was fantastic.
He probably saw that and figured, if I start doing the New Year's adventure opposed to the Christmas one, that way I have more time to film, I have more time to plan, and that way everybody will slowly forget that I did this little November release here, and
it would. I'm trying to think.
That's what I'm up with.
November. November is. It's never been that late. It's never been that late.
Unless this is another one of those little, let's get people to think that it's November like they did to keep our minds solely on that. Because look how they dragged their feet with the announcement of the Doctor.
Oh, how about let's think of worse than that. What if it ain't ready? What if we just lose the whole 2018? And they just bring her in 2019?
Then they jeopardize their China deal problem.
Mm-hmm.
Do they? Do they?
Possible.
So instead of releasing it in November, they release it in April like Moffat did, right?
Yeah.
Put it out like the first week of April, like a normal season, and then it's over before summer vacation, and then you have a Christmas special. But we lose 2018.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that rather than put it out in November, they ain't gonna put it out at all until 2019. I have a bad feeling. They've never released it in November, ever. September was the latest. I don't know, man.
I don't think they're really going to do that. I mean, that would be stupid.
Well, do the math.
They'd be shooting themselves in the foot.
Do the math, though, don't you think? They're just not. If it takes 5 weeks per episode, and kind of October 27th is like November anyway.
It takes this number of weeks per episode. They're probably shooting exterior shots for other episodes, so it's not one episode they're doing.
They should film now. They should film now. It's too late.
But that's just it. They may film. They're probably filming their base stuff for differing episodes, and then that way, when time comes, they bring in.
Didn't they always film like January and February to start?
I think so. Yeah.
Now they're just filming late. I don't know. Listen,
Sounds like they don't want to do it at all.
Listen, Matrix Lord hopes that Matrix Lord is wrong. Because I don't want that to happen. I don't want to be,
Doctor Who.
I'm telling you right now, every time you do it, you're one step closer to cancellation. Every time. You are so close. Like, it doesn't matter who the Doctor is.
Because people grow tired of it and go, why should I tune in?
Star Trek's going to start, and all these shows are going to come on, and you're not going to have Doctor Who? You're crazy. You are crazy. What is wrong with these people? People, you know what? I got to tell you too, though. If you release it in November, no one's going to see it. You're going to release it Thanksgiving. You're going to release it Thanksgiving or right before Thanksgiving. People are going to miss it.
Yeah, because they're with their families.
You're going to release it the first week right before Thanksgiving. People are like, oh yeah, I'm busy. I mean, that's bad timing.
Yeah, now they're going to blame it. Well, we'll rerun it because people were with their families for Thanksgiving.
No, man, no. I got to tell you, if he screws this up, he's going
to the Thanksgiving holiday, or what I like to call Thanksgiving now.
He screws this up, he's going to go down in history. He's going to go down in history of screwing up Doctor Who. He's going to have that mark on his name.
His first year, yep.
Listen, I don't even know. I don't even know what advice to give.
Don't start in September. Start earlier.
I don't know what advice to give because I don't know if it's going to make it. So to put it out, November's too late. And
this is what you got to do. Yeah, this is what you got to do. Limit your Earth adventures, and I don't mean like have an adventure on Earth, then he temporarily goes to another.
Let's face it, she's gonna be on Earth. Literally, dude. There's no money, and they can't even build sets like that because then they'll never come out. So this first season is gonna be Earth. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
There's no way. There's no way. I mean, I can't see it happening. I mean, just build a set like that,
with old companions and aliens or villains other than Daleks and Cybermen.
Yeah, I agree.
Listen, you got to have the Daleks and Cybermen. Want to know why?
That's great.
You got to have it because they don't have time to create all this new shit. They don't have time. Time is against them for the time travel show.
But they have other characters.
Yeah. And next up,
is one we haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
Why can't you just do a story, right, where the whole story, you could do a Doctor Light episode, where something stupid happens, and they all show what happens in space when they cross paths with each other. The Daleks, the Cybermen, the Centaurians. You can show the Centauran race. They'll go off course. They bump into the friggin' Cybermen. Are they going to fight? Is there going to be issues? And just like what happens when the Doctor's not around?
Okay, there you go. There you go. If we're going to have this break in between seasons, like they say, there's your keeping up your
spinoff where the whole plot of the series is them building up plots against the Doctor. Like all these different races. And then it spills into the season. And you have to have Jiminy, Strax, and Vastra traveling in space in the spaceship. They did have that mini-show where they were traveling in the spaceship. Remember? When they're going back to Victorian time? Traveling in the spaceship, battling them. The Daleks, Cybermen. I mean, that'd be great. Like, where's the Doctor? I don't know, but we got to take care of this. It's called Paternoster. That's it. Dudes like they'll have their own ship in space. They'll do that stuff. They'll meet aliens. The next thing you know, they'll turn them into like the Guardians of the Galaxy type of thing.
Yeah.
They'll have their
There's
own
little break during the season. You could spin off your Paternoster gang and do something.
They'll pick up Captain Jack
as a little break to keep your staff on hand, and then that way, when the new season comes up, either have an episode that bleeds into that, or
you pick up Captain Jack one episode, you pick up River Song another episode, you pick up Miss Quill from Class,
okay,
and you have this badass team on a spaceship traveling in space, dealing with this crap that while Doctor Who's off the air. That would be the greatest shit ever.
Folks, we just wrote your mid-season.
That would be the greatest shit ever. And maybe Captain Jack pissed people off. So he's a hindrance to the team because they have bounty hunters against him.
he probably, here you go. he made eyes to the wrong person, and they didn't swing that way, so they got offended.
But you know what they could do? Because he's omnisexual, he could start getting, like, flirting with Vastra, and Jenny gets pissed. You know what?
So he's like a turtle?
I don't know.
Yes, he's like the Tribble.
And every time they run into a situation, it's Captain Jack's fault. And they find out, oh, I did that. That's why they're after me. Oh,
but you don't see
that's
it.
why this
That's the funny thing. You don't see it. It's like it happened in Jack's past, and then
right. He's like, oh, that's my fault. I'm a time agent. Oh, why are they worshiping? Why are they worshiping a garbage can? Yeah, I kind of left the garbage can. I dropped it from the sky. I was drunk, and they think that's their god now. Damn it, you know. Stuff like that. Stuff like that.
Silent episode.
What's that, man? Then you can have like this. You can have this guy that's like this creature, this race, and he's like, I'm gonna chop your head off, and I'm gonna put it in a jar. That could be like the tease, like, oh, is that the guy that does it?
And Jack could go, been there, done that.
Well, he don't know. Fun. He don't know that he's going to be face of Bo. He don't know his head's going to be chopped off and he's going to be whatever.
To me, I don't think that's Bo. I think I've always long believed it's one of those, you know, those stone heads down in Mexico.
Oh,
I always believed that was Bo's race, and that was just a nickname they gave him. Because I did a whole YouTube thing about the face of Bo. But I've never believed that Face of Bo used to be Captain Jack.
Because he heard them call it Face of Bo when it was in Utopia, and he didn't say, hey, that's me.
Yeah, he just said it was a nickname.
Right. Well, maybe he was screwing with them. I don't know.
Oh.
But no, I had come up with this great little thing to where they were these Face of Bo's race was those giant stone heads down in Mexico, and the whole notion was they'd come to Earth during the time of when all the settlers and explorers, and due to the way the atmosphere was at the time, that's what caused them to turn to stone. And not realizing this, they started putting themselves in those protective cases.
Right.
And then later on, I came up with this other notion where they could do it is where somewhere in the future you got these tourists leaning up against one of these stone heads. It breaks and they start pulling out skeletal stuff. It's like, ooh. But a secondary thing was some museum folks were trying to restore and clean up one of the heads. They found the same thing, but they suppressed one of those two things so not to freak people out. But yeah, I always thought Olmecs. That's what I was trying to think of. I always just thought that the Face of Bo was derived from the Olmec heads. Or
I would do an episode called "Dude, Where's My TARDIS?" where they're doing this mission, whatever, and they take the cargo, and they're like, "What did you do?" "What do you mean? That's the Doctor's TARDIS. You left the Doctor without the TARDIS." And they're beaming all to the other side of the universe, and they're like, "Oh crap! Where were we? Where was the Doctor?" And it's like, you know, it'd be like the biggest joke because they just screwed over the Doctor. They took the TARDIS.
And they could even have be a River Song episode to where.
But you know what they could do, though? You know the funny thing would be, though? You would think it's the new Doctor's TARDIS, but it could turn out to be Paul McGann. Like, oh, TARDIS. Like, where the heck? Like, you know, and it'd be like he's looking around and stuff, and yeah, that would be cool. All these ideas that never happen. They'll never happen. All right, let's just pray that
this Doctor loses his TARDIS.
Listen, it's all fun and games, speculation and all. So we have fun on this cast talking about stuff that may not happen. But you know what? If it doesn't happen, that would be great. That Series 11 would debut in a reasonable amount of time. We can all enjoy it. And we can also have a Christmas special. And that's what we want. So if the cast is undone about this never happening, that's great because I want Doctor Who's whole Series 11 to be in 2018. So let's hope we're wrong. And that's not the case. But you never know. All right. We're going to get out of here for now. Actually, we might be done. I don't know. I got to work tomorrow. So
that's just a rumor that he's fully done. He's just.
I don't know if I'm done because I do have to sleep. So we'll see. If I ring you in 5 minutes, we'll do another cast. If I don't, we're out of here. So good night, guys. Take care. Bye for now.
Good night.